Netflix releasing never-before-seen video of Sean Diddy Combs filmed just days before his arrest on charges of sex trafficking and racketeering in 2024. The footage is part of a 4-part docuseries, Sean Combs: The Reckoning, premiering.
Favorite villain? My favorite villain? I kind of like Diddy.
I'm down to top
five.
Real quick. Happy Thanksgiving to those out there. This is sad to see for me. All right. A woman breaks down after cooking a full Thanksgiving dinner and no one showed up. I hate hearing stories like this.
Y'all never mentioned Jennifer Hudson? Like
Jennifer Hudson can sing her butt off too. But sometimes too, it's the complete package though. Sometimes it's the voice. Sometimes it could be the songs. Sometimes it could just be, but for me, they sing World From Home.
Yeah, nobody knows
that song.
I was reading his wife's other list.
Queen says Kelly Price, Faith is dope.
For somebody to write a letter to your children and your parents, that's diabolical.
Yeah.
This dude Clyde said, Plies is on the baby making playlist, and I stand by this message. That's what I'm saying. So Clyde, before you met your queen, that just lets me know the type of woman that you was into. They was busting guns, braiding hair, and doing taxes all within the same building, bro.
We're losing. Netflix releasing never-before-seen video of Sean Diddy Combs filmed just days before his arrest on charges of sex trafficking and racketeering in 2024. The footage is part of a 4-part docuseries, Sean Combs: The Reckoning, premiering.
Favorite villain? My favorite villain? I kind of like Diddy.
Like, how are you going to demand that I give a certain amount? How are you going to demand that? That's crazy.
To say that you get more jobs outside of the Breakfast Club now without mentioning that you get them because the Breakfast Club is
You wasted a half a year in the campaign. And so where she, again, matter of fact, Mic check 1 2. Yeah. Yo, microphone check, 1, 2, 1, 2. It's third degree of that DY3 crew. And yes, I'm kinda right on time. Like I said, I'm about to go and make sure it's all mine. Low like landmines. One step you enter, now you about to see. We don't convince the hit the ass whipping. You don't like it right now. I get it in your head like a psychic. Third degree still here with the fresh rhymes. Like I said, put you in the box like a mime. What happened to my screen? It happens, but that's okay, cause that would never stop me rapping. And I see you yapping in the background, but right now I'm about to lay the smack down. How about that sound? I'm rough, rugged, and raw. Step up to me, yes, I'm cracking your jaw. And I make them all above with that rugged sound. If you don't know, yes, now we about to thug them down. Oh, yes, what's good? Good evening, folks. You see you, Cheryl, we about to go and provoke some thought-provoking thoughts and measure. Right now we about to see that ain't nobody better than that boy 3R. Better grab your sweater because I'm that cold. Truth be told, yes, I'm that bold. Yes, I'm about to go ahead and rock the mic cause you see that I'm light. And anybody stepping up like a Mike Tyson fight. You last 1 minute, we ended, we saying goodnight. Better yet, I'm about to ignite, explode. Like I said, get your clip, go back and reload. Another episode to see what we drop. It's third degree right now, you know I don't stop. What? Yeah, what's good, y'all? Sorry about the technical difficulties and everything. It happens. I don't know what be happening. That was good, y'all. Was good.
That boy freestyled the screen off. Boy, what you got going on over there, man?
Yeah, man. You know, that's how we do. You know what I'm saying? I drop hot fire.
They trying to censor him.
They drop hot fire. Hot fire.
My favorite top 5 MCs is Dylan, and Dylan.
What up, Rob?
Ooh, that 109 to 90 is what's up, boy.
Thank you. All right, look, this is what happened, right? The Lakers just beat Toronto. Then they got a fly from Canada. You know, Drake probably changed the climate on them, you know, saying where they got chills and whatnot. Then they had to go to Boston, you know, saying with the smell of that tea party aroma coming from the water, you know, that smelting stuff, you know what I'm saying? They just off a little bit, but it's okay. We're going to see you guys next year, and we're going to spank you, you know?
Yeah. You ain't going to see us when we healthy. Nah. we missing like half our team, bro.
That's true, too. Yeah. It's fatigue. I knew it was going to happen. I called it yesterday. I said we were going to lose because you're playing back-to-back. You went from Toronto to Boston. Ain't no way.
Yeah,
ain't nobody going to be there.
Honestly, I thought we were going to lose because you guys are looking really good.
No, we are, but again, fatigue. You know what I mean? And then our LeBron's out with arthritis and whatnot. You know what I mean? Like Father Time's kicking his ass. So,
oh yeah, because his 10 points would have meant a lot.
Right down, man.
His 8 to 10 points would have meant a lot right now. I mean, that's why he's the GOAT, right? I mean,
right. That's exactly why he's the GOAT. Arthritis.
Right. Wow.
Oh man.
All right, y'all. Well, you know, like I said, let me go ahead and let's just start it off so I can try to fix this crap. You know what I'm saying? Get into some ratchetness since my computer's acting ratchet. We will be right back, and hopefully I will be right back on the screen.
Hey.
This is good, y'all. It's your boy Third Degree. We're back with more ratchet news. Well, some of it's ratchet, some of it's not, but we still got to speak on it. So let's go.
What's good, y'all? We are back. Hey, my fault for taking a week off. You know what I'm saying? A lot going on. It was birthday week, regulars losing, Thanksgiving, mom's birthday. Hey, but we right back in effect. So, as you can see, I'm refreshed and I'm ready to get into it. So let's kick it off. First off, shout out to all my Spotify family. We not even fans no more. We family because you guys keep holding me down year after year after year. 81 countries, 10,000 streams. Man, you know, I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart, man. And I know I've been letting y'all down with new music, but, you know, new music is coming. We're going to talk a little bit about this, you know what I'm saying, during the show. But, hey, let's go ahead and kick it off. Sad news for the homie DJ Quick. His son was convicted of a 2022 unaliving. It's so sad to hear. I'm sending prayers out to everybody involved, you know what I'm saying? And hopefully, you know, they can work this out. Man, I'm praying for that young dude, you know what I'm saying? All right, you know, moving on. 16-year-old who claims she found a baby on the porch has now admitted the newborn was her own, saying she gave birth alone on Thanksgiving and panicked because she was afraid to tell her mother. So sad. Sending prayers out there. Moving on. Saying it's a new era. Louis Carr, named as president of BET Network. It really don't mean nothing. You know, you can have as many presidents and CEOs, whatever, until he actually owns something. It's still owned by a white dude. So picture this: BET, Black Entertainment Television, still owned in the hands of Viacom. That needs to change. All right, moving on. But before we move on, they refuse to sell it to Tyler Perry. So what does that tell you, right? Hey, they can let you manage it, but they can't let you own it. It's sad, man. We'll talk about that later too. Moving on. Jermaine Jackson, who hasn't been seen out in years, reveals plans for a French Riviera museum to share Michael Jackson's unseen art with the world. Prayers out to him. All right, moving on. But before I do, man, the internet is wild for this, man. Leave Jermaine Jackson alone. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, now we can move on. It's being said that Lawrence Fishburne slapped the living daylight out of Vanessa Bell Calloway during the Ike Turner, the Tina Turner What's Love Got to Do With It movie. You know what I'm saying? And that did look real because she flew. You know, she flew a few feet. All right, moving on. It's being reported that alcohol use in the U.S. hits the lowest level in the 90 years as America cut back on drinking. That's crazy, right? Because the raccoon broke into a liquor store, got drunk, and passed out in the bathroom. Right? You can't make this up, man. It must be a California raccoon. These damn coons. All right, moving on. A family is fighting for answers after another black man was found hanging from a tree in Wisconsin. We need to talk about this on a future show. Moving on. Megan Thee Stallion's defamation case against Milagro, I don't even know how to say that, tossed out after judge rules Milagro is a media defendant and says Megan's team failed to properly notify her. Crazy, right? Whatever, moving on. Brian McKnight Jr. claims his brother that was passing away asked for their father, Brian McKnight Sr., to say I love you, and he allegedly refused. That just adds on to the scum that we already think Brian McKnight is, if this is true. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, moving on. It's been reported that Blackstreet and B2K signed a new label deal ahead of big R&B comebacks, man. Are you going to go see the tour? But, you know, real quick, it's kind of crazy that they have Blackstreet without Teddy Riley. That just doesn't sound right to me, you know, because he was the music. So I don't know how they're going to do this, but all right, moving on. Media mogul Byron Allen wins major settlement and $10 billion racial discrimination lawsuit against McDonald's. Man, I wonder what that was about, right? Moving on. Michael Jai White becomes first non-Asian to win Bruce Lee Award. Shout out to him. Moving on. Prada just purchased Versace in a deal worth $1.4 billion. Ooh, talking about taking out the comp, right? 50 knows a little something about that. Hey, but we'll talk about that a little later. Moving on. Sending prayers out to Elvin Campbell. He was a good Laker. I liked him when he played for us, you know, so prayers out to his family. All right, moving on. Daz Dillinger accuses Snoop Dogg of stealing Death Row catalog as Snoop fires back. You know what I'm saying? This is getting crazy. I hope that they can work this out. You know, I met Daz before, cool dude, seen Snoop. I met Corrupt, opened up for him. You know, they just need to work this out, you know, behind closed doors. We don't need to see this, you know what I'm saying? Still DPG for life. All right, we're moving on. iHeartRadio has banned its radio stations from playing AI-generated music and using AI-generated personalities as part of its guaranteed human program. Shout out to iHeart for that one. All right, moving on. Florida man arrested for pulling a gun on his barber for pushing his hairline back too far. But folks, you got to understand, them hairlines, you know what I'm saying, they don't play about them, you know what I mean? But a whole gun, though, bruh? Whatever. Moving on. Yo, you can't make this up, right? A man's mistress climbs out of a 10th floor window and scales building like Spider-Woman after the wife shows up. They caught creeping, so she had to creep out. Man, you know what I'm saying? Luckily enough, somebody was able to open up the window for her so she can get in and get out, man. But talking about a close call, right? All right, moving on. Jada Pinkett Smith facing a $3 million lawsuit from Will Smith's former assistant. He sounds like a scorned lover, you know what I mean? Sounds like a bitter a bitter person who couldn't get, whatever it was he was looking for. It sounded like an extortion money scheme to me. You know what I mean? But prayers out to everybody involved in that one. Moving on. Can y'all come get Dre? Listen to his music so he can stop posing in these fruity ass poses and clothes, please. All right, moving on. Yo, I posted this on my threads and my IG. Folks on threads were getting at me hard. And you know what I got to say? Funk all y'all. I don't give a mother funk. It's the truth. Moving on. Teacher with 8-week-old baby pleads guilty to having relations with her student, which is age 15. You know what I'm saying? Freaky ass teachers these days, man. They some horny asses or something. Some of these teachers need to just stop and just become OnlyFans, whatever. I don't know, something. But stop messing with the kids. All right, moving on. Samsung surpasses Apple to become the biggest smartphone brand in the world. Well, duh. Moving on. Well, the moment y'all all been waiting for, man. 50 Cent is an executive producer of the new Sean Combs The Reckoning, which was released on Netflix on December 2nd. And it has everybody up in uproar talking about it. And so we're going to talk about it tonight. But real quick, this has to be the most pettiest man alive, man. He said forget doing a diss song. He did a diss docuseries. You know what I'm saying? And look at this. Because of it, allegedly, 50 claims that Diddy had flowers sent to his club friends in Miami. And talking about Sean Combs, talking about he's that dude without saying he's that dude, we're going to talk about this, right? That's all I got. Anyway, I'm your boy Third Degree, and that's been your Ratchet News. Enjoy the show. Man, oh man.
That hairline, though. I knew it was gonna happen, bruh. So it was gonna happen. People keep making them stupid videos and doing them jokes. It was gonna happen.
Eventually, right?
I mean,
Hey, man.
look at Tyrone. I'm Tyrone. He got smoked on that joke, dog.
He sure did. We ain't seen him since. Cheryl, what's good with you? Shout out to all the Facebook people out there. If you're watching, much love to you. Make sure you hit the like and the share button. Shout out to all the YouTube family out there. Hit the like, share, subscribe, and the notification.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate the love all the time.
Right. That was crazy.
What else? What was that?
Yeah, talk about Cheryl. I just would have had to get caught. You know what I'm saying? I'm not jumping down the 10-story window. Look, we caught. You know what I'm saying? We caught, player. You know what I'm saying? That's all that is. I'm cool on that. Yeah, buddy.
Yo, I watched the video. She was hopping out of there and making sure she's getting her step in, making sure like how you got the time and all that stuff. And then I think like somebody saw her and they opened up the window and they let her in. I'm like, man, how do you like real talk?
You can't climb in here either. Hell no.
That had to be a family member type of situation, man. That had to be like something real crazy. Like,
yeah, because I would have just had to walk by like, hey man, your girl cheating on you, dog. You know what I'm saying? Y'all might want to take care of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm out of here.
Yeah, that had to be like
a 10-story window. I look like Spider-Man. Miles Morales around this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I'm going the same way I came in, the same way I'm leaving, Pill.
I know. I want to look into that more because I was like, yeah, that either had to be like a sister or like a mom messing with the dog.
That's somebody his girl knew. She been talking about. You know what I'm saying? That's what that probably was.
Then you getting caught. Then you getting caught. Like,
I saved the video. She was talking about her son. I saved it. I'm gonna watch this, and then I get back to you with that because I need some more info on that one too.
I think that probably was like his best friend that nothing was supposed to be happening or play cousin, all that. Like his girl knew her. You know what I'm saying? That's why she had to get up out of there. Because if you just a regular random chick, you don't care about none of that. Ain't no jumping out no windows.
Even a play cousin, no. I ain't jumping out no 10 stories.
Well, I mean, I'm saying if you cheating and you supposed to be a play cousin, you know what I'm saying? That's the only way that makes sense. But I don't cheat, so I don't know. I don't know what they be doing. Don't get me to think. Get in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Black men don't cheat. You know what
man, she was gone. You see anything else in that ratchet news though?
Hey, Jermaine Jackson hairline, he need to let that shit go. You know what I'm saying? When it's over, brother. It's okay. You ain't got to keep putting this these car wraps on the side of your head. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Take that 96 Honda paint off the side of your head, man. Then you don't even shape it up. It's just like they just put a plate in front of your face and just spray it on. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit is crazy. You ain't got no line up, you ain't got no edges, nothing.
He said, take the car wraps off the side of your head.
I'm just saying, bro.
Cold word.
Crazy
Cold word.
Crazy
man.
Word.
If y'all are watching YouTube, Facebook, wherever you guys are watching, make sure you hit the comments. You can engage on this one. This is gonna be a live one tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's talking about it. We gonna talk about it. We gonna give you our honest 3 cents. You can drop your 3 cents. You can ask us what we think or whatever, and we're gonna give it to you. We're gonna give it to you raw. Man. So with that being said, though, so I do have the link posted in the description on YouTube and on Facebook. Also, I have it in the comments on Facebook. So if you want to come on as a guest, make sure that you, if you're using your phone, you're using headphones because we don't want you bleeding into the show. Also, too, make sure you're in a nice, quiet spot. Make sure you got your Wi-Fi popping. Make sure that, there's no eating on camera. There's no crumpling, no paper. There's no doing other stuff. This is, like Wes like to say, a production. And you could be clipped up and you could be put out there. But we report the ratchet news. We don't want to be ratchet news. So, you know what I'm saying? So, make sure that you keep yourself presentable. No sitting on toilets. No climbing out the windows. No, holding your phone. You know what I mean? Just keep it nice and still. You know what I'm saying? Limit the noise in the background, people in the background, TV, music, whatever. Because if it bleeds into the show, they will copyright strike. So also too, it's okay. The one misconception I want to go ahead and nip in the bud. This is not a debate podcast or a debate show. We do have debates. We do have heated arguments. We do have spirited conversations, but this isn't one of these things where we debate like, okay, you debate, go. You debate, go. This is a thing where, hey, we have real conversation with real culture. Real culture means real conversation. So this person may not think like you. I may not think like you. The next person may agree with you. They may not agree. But it's okay because we're putting our voices together and working in unison and creating a harmonious situation here. So, it's all good. It's just different ingredients going into a pot of gumbo. We're stirring it up, and it's all good. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not on here. Quez not on here. Method's not on here. Jess not on here. Nobody's on here to get converts. We don't want you to think like how we think. The only thing we want you to do is to think and to gain another perspective. That's it. You know what I'm saying? But respect is always key. It's golden. So, if you get disrespectful, we're going to put you in backstage. You continue, then, we just got to X you out of the show. But, you know what I'm saying? But I just want this Friday nights for you is to just be a place where you can come unwind, get your drinks, your water, your wine, whatever. Let your hair down, relax, have fun. I know there's a lot of madness out in the world. This is the one spot where you can come and just relax, be yourself, and let loose.
Amen. I'm sorry about the SWV. I will leave that alone for now on. I know you were going with that. I just, sorry.
Ain't nothing wrong with SWV.
Sorry.
Hey, y'all just want that quick butt. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. I don't want to get too vulgar for the ladies on here. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? Y'all just want to get straight to it. You ain't trying to warm up nothing.
Man.
That's it, baby.
Right.
Yeah,
that was stuck in my head the whole weekend. You just say that. Busted, baby.
Who the funk says that? You know what I mean? Like, who? Really? You know what I mean? Like, come here, girl. Let me bust it, baby. Yeah.
Right, it was getting live for 5, man. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, Neo did make that song hot, though. It wasn't him. It was.
Yeah, really, that really is what carried it over. You know what I'm saying? With Neo. Yeah, you got a good point.
And sad, and honestly, he wasn't brought up as an R&B songwriter and artist because he's done a lot of work too. I was like, ooh, I think we all kind of slept on him in that discussion or forgot. I was like, yeah, he needs to get his flowers.
Who?
Neo?
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I thought you were ready to say Plies.
Not Plies, not Plies.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah.
Right. Man, where's Clyde on here with his Pretty Ricky? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, with the Pretty Ricky playlist.
Pretty Ricky.
Oh man, leave Pretty Ricky alone, bro.
Come on,
leave him
man.
alone.
Hey, what's the main topics for today, man? What we got?
The main topic. Well, we give you 3, subtopics. You know what I'm saying? We have the main. We give you the appetizer. We give you the main course. Then we try to give you dessert. But right now the full thing, the full meal that you're gonna get is this Sean Diddy Combs pause. You know what I'm saying? Big pause.
I don't want it. I don't want it. No.
I'm messing around. Just I went.
It was only 4 episodes. I was like.
Wait. Before we get into it, you know what I'm saying?
I don't want to start with it yet. No.
Yeah, and then like I said, we're still kind of we're segueing a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean? But yeah, I mean there really wasn't anything else. I think maybe, and I'm just saying allegedly, this is just hypothetically having fun. Maybe Trump gave 50 the money to go to Netflix to make sure to get this thing.
But you ain't, man, if you don't cut it out. You know what I'm saying? What the hell is that?
Distraction, man, because ain't nothing else popping. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing else in the news. We ain't hearing about no Epstein. We ain't hearing about, the egg prices coming down. We ain't hearing about nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just been straight Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's crazy because it's like a trickling effect of sorts. You know what I'm saying? But,
Hey, you know it's real. I went to a customer house today, and they was watching it in their living room. I'm talking about middle of the day. Like, man, it's like 1 o'clock. Y'all in here watching the Diddy documentary? You know what I'm saying? And your fridge don't work.
You know what? I do got some. I got a little bit of appetizer because I couldn't. As a matter, when I just literally wrapped up the Ratchet News. This was in this. I seen this clip, and yeah. So we'll talk about it when we come back, though. But right now, we're gonna show some love to some folks who be showing love to us. You know what I'm saying? And we will be right back.
Uncle Nearest Premium Whiskey is a brand of Tennessee whiskey honoring Nathan Nearest Green, the first known African American master distiller. The Nearest Green Distillery, located in Shelbyville, Tennessee, is the world's first distillery named after an African American. Green is credited with perfecting the Lincoln County process, a charcoal mellowing method that defines Tennessee whiskey's smoothness. Get your bottle today.
Deal is so cheap, it's practically stealing airtime. Small business owners, listen up. For just $25, yes, $25, you can get your brand featured on the Drop Your 3 Cents podcast. Here's what you get: 4 video ads running for 4 consecutive weeks, plus a full 30-minute interview to tell your brand's story and connect with new customers. Don't miss this opportunity to amplify your voice and grow your business. Drop your 3 cents with us today.
Yeah. You're wasting time.
And we are back. Oh, before we get started, I already did it kind of already on Spotify, but I gotta do it right here for the ones who are watching, the third degree fans who are tuning in, to check out the podcast. I know I've been stepping away from the mic, but trust me, I got a new song coming. It should be ready. I'm gonna push it back and have it ready by, the start of the new year. We'll start it off like that. But for those who've been, tapping in with me, going into putting my songs on playlists, it really means a lot. You know what I'm saying? Really means a lot. Shout out to all my Spotify users. 10,000 streams. 81 different countries. You know what I mean? Like no bots. You know what I'm saying? Like one of the things that's annoying as being an artist is that when you put up these type of stats, you got people trying to piggyback. Oh yeah, look at me too. But I know that they be botting. You know what I'm saying? Like this is really just no bots. So you can't put your shit next to mine because there ain't no bots. It's just this is organic. You know what I'm saying? And I really appreciate you guys for actually coming through. It's just I don't know, man. I don't know how it's still popping after some of these years, but hey, man, I appreciate the love. All 81 different countries, whoever's putting my stuff on their playlist, whoever's whatever you're doing, man. I really appreciate it, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Right. Congratulations to our brother, man. You understand? I don't know what it is, man. It's called talent and favor. You know what I mean? Right. That's what it is. Talent and favor, baby. Hey, let it be known.
It's called good music.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it, man. It's deep, like Eyes Behind Shades, you know what I'm saying? That's a project. That's my latest like full length, like album. It's crazy just because a little bit behind the story of it, you know what I'm saying? That was during a dark time of my life, you know what I'm saying? Like truthfully, and I don't mean to, bring down the party a little bit, but I was going through a divorce. I lost my child. I was ready to just end it all. And the song that I wanted to leave behind was my song "Cry for Jalen." But shout out to Pastor Fox. Saying shout out to Certified. Shout out to even my father. Saying like my pops. The ones who really helped pull me out of that. Saying and encouraged me to kind of get back into writing music, and music became my therapy. So what I did with the Eyes Behind Shades, I told a story, so from the beginning to the end, it goes from darkness to light. And then if you play it backwards, it goes from light to darkness. So you kind of get where I was at in that space. But to see that, this is actually, a favorite of people on Spotify and the fans out there, it really means a lot. It really does. You know what I'm saying? So really crazy, man. And 81 countries. The number one country is United States, of course. Second is the UK, United Kingdom. Third is Canada. I'm pretty sure Drake's up there listening, trying to get ideas. You know what I mean? Like it's not like it wouldn't be the first time. You know what I mean? Like, so we got France up in here. We got Brazil. So, you know what I mean? These are just the top 5 countries, but shout out to all 81 of y'all. I love you. Again, like I said, you guys motivate me, you inspire me. I will get back into the studio, whether it's an EP, of 7 songs, or if it's a full length of 13. I'm gonna get back and I'm gonna give you guys something. I promise. Another therapeutic, creative way for me to express and to make it relatable for y'all. But I love you. Thank you for the support.
Absolutely. Man. Good stuff, man. Congratulations, man. People be sleep on those type of accomplishments, man. You know, that's hard work and dedication right there. It ain't that overnight shit. You know what I mean? It ain't that I went TikTok famous in a week. No, that's the grind, you know what I'm saying? From somebody who knew you, you know what I mean, since knee high to a grasshopper, bang, you know what I'm saying? You've been doing this. So, you know, all those accolades make sense, you know, to me. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean,
you know, truth be told, folks, so a little backstory. Yeah, he was there from the beginning, the choir classes, me writing songs, performing in the talent shows and the performances that we had, performing original music even back in high school. You know what I'm saying? Right. So just writing hooks, you know, saying he believed any type of vision. If you have a straight, narrow vision, or if it's thorough, Qued's going to support. You know what I'm saying? He'll be right there. He's singing on the hook. So from singing in the choir room to this, man, you know what I'm saying? Then I rock stages with Method here. You know, we went from Arizona to San Diego to LA to he didn't been there to see some things, man. A few battles.
Oh, we got a story about the Arizona trip. We got time to do a third story. We could do one about the Arizona.
Refresh, because I knew we were opening up for Dove Shack, or we were performing with them, right?
Yeah. It was one of my greatest unsolved mystery moments.
Oh shit! Yeah.
We was trash because we were up all night. We were doing like a trip to Arizona and trip back like the same day, and it was old girl's car, man. I forgot her name. That's how relevant she was. But she was driving up me and Third, and on our way back, we were driving back, and I just remember she was driving. I passed out, and I woke up to one of Third's tracks bumping. I look to my left, I see Third driving, and I look at the back, and she over there like her back hurting. I was like, what happened? It was like, huh? I was like, what happened? And I'm driving. I was like, okay. If that's what you want to go with, but that's one of the unsolved mysteries there.
Hell no.
That's dirty, but nah.
I was like, huh? That's what it was. Yo, that's what it was. I woke up to ahead of my time. I was like, he was bumping that loud. I was like, oh, damn. Huh?
Man, that boy just put you in the interrogation room. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I didn't do a dang thing. But make sure we got home safely.
It was one of the unsolved mysteries, man.
Yeah.
Whatever happened?
Wasn't me, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man.
He had that look. I was like, what happened? He's like, what you talking about? I was like,
I think I remember that. And truthfully, I think it was, oh, man. Yeah, no. But she did.
You can plead the fifth. You know,
yeah. I do remember.
That's always an option. You can always plead.
Make sure you guys are here to share, right? You know what I'm saying? Make sure you guys go to kingthird.com. You can get the merch. You know what I'm saying? Quez wearing Friday Night Greatness. I got my third degree hoodie on here. You know, so it's dang it. You know what I'm saying? This don't want me to be great either.
Hey, man. Ain't no lie. These shirts is well made too, man, and comfortable. Real talk. I be
talk about it for a minute. Let me fix this real quick.
Man, I can't talk about a shirt forever now. You know what I'm saying? I was just throwing in a little sidebar that they are well made shirts. You know, this ain't that cheap stuff. You know.
Oh, nice.
They got some good elasticity. You know what I'm saying? They breathable. They comfortable. You know, I do wear them outside of the show. You know what I mean? I wear them outside in real time. So, you know,
not the kind that shrinks after a while.
It's still a good shirt. You know what I'm saying? I done washed it a couple times already, and material's still good. And, you know what I mean? It still fit like it's supposed to. So, I'm rocking with it. You know what I'm saying? Wherever you getting it from, it's some good shirts.
All right. Man, so as I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted by my internet or with the computer. Just go to kingthird.com. You can get some music. I got a $5 got $5 albums. I got, we got merch. We got Drop Your 3 Cent merch. We got Third Degree merch. To the folks who are bumping me in those 81 countries, you just make it so I'm not great on only Fridays. And so I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Love you. And we'll, and as a matter of fact, we'll put myself in a hot seat. You know what I'm saying? We'll have them ask questions. We'll reminisce and go, you know what I'm saying? Because there's some people who know that I do music and there's some people who don't know. So you'll get an insight to who I am. You know what I'm saying? So, oh man. But yeah, so one of the things that that I seen that I wanted to put into the Ratchet News, so we're gonna extend Ratchet News a little bit, just because it was kind of just funny. So I guess the designer of that Jay-Z or the Beyonce dress kind of spilled the tea of what happened. Saying that night that Solange went crazy in the elevator. So we'll play a little clip of that, and then we're gonna get into this Diddy mess.
The news about the scandal of the elevator with Beyonce and Jay-Z, because it was so funny because she was late to the red carpet, so she couldn't take pictures, and then the scandal breaks out. It was like, and it was something like so silly, like because people say that, remember that Rachel Roy was married to Diamond, that they used to work together with Jay-Z. And I think that Jay-Z complimented her about the gown, and Beyonce's sister felt that it was not proper. So it was a kind of a drama there, and the dress was all over the news. That was so funny.
Y'all remember that? Remember it was the slap heard around the world?
Yeah. I don't know what you make of that, man.
Yeah, it was that elevator kick. You know what I'm saying? We all remember that joint.
Like
Solange's been a real rider the whole time. You know what I'm saying? I think people be sleep on Solange. You know what I'm saying? She been behind the scenes doing real work. You know what I mean?
Really though.
And shout out to Solange.
She put out a good project too.
She the gangster of the family. Truth be told.
So as a fellow Sagittarius, you know what I'm saying, like I understand the dynamics of what Jay-Z, because sometimes it can just be a compliment, and sometimes people can misconstrue it, you know what I'm saying, and you end up with a foot upside your head, you know what I'm saying. So I mean, it's happened to me. It's happened to me too. So
I just doubt it was that simple. Well, yes, Sherelle. See, I doubt it was that simple. It wasn't no compliment that set her off. I can assure you that. It wasn't no compliment to another woman that she don't know, that she not even dating.
I don't know. Women be tripping over everything these days.
Yeah, there had to be something. I know black women. It had to be something slicker than that. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes Quez, it could just be a thought inside your head. Like, you was thinking it. How do you know? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It could be as simple as that, man.
There could have been some other stuff built up to that, and that could have been just.
I would rock with y'all if that was his lady, but that's not even his lady. This is lady's sister. So for your lady's sister to trip on something harder than your lady, it had to be a little deeper than that. Me personally.
True.
She could be wild out, just to wild out though.
It could be true too.
So many different variables to that,
Yeah, I don't think that compliment had anything to do with why she kicked that nigga in that elevator. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. I don't think it had nothing to do with no compliment to somebody else. I think they probably had been beefing, and you know what I'm saying. He said one thing too many, and she was like, "Yeah, bro, I'm cool on you," and it turned into something.
That's what I think happened right there.
Yeah, that's my conjecture. That's me personally. You know what I mean?
Okay, speaking as
we appreciate the cover, you know what I'm saying, by the dress designer.
Speaking as a fellow Sagittarius, and I don't mean to throw him underneath the bus, you know what I'm saying, but again, we've been known to be of the flirty nature, so Yeah, it could have been a compliment, but it could have been a slick way how he said it or whatever or something. I know it was something that was said off a black woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, we talk a lot about accountability here on this show. Yeah, so again, it was a little something, you know what I mean? And like you said, it could be more. But I know, like, whatever it was that triggered, what I'm saying, especially because she's protective of the sister, yeah, he could have been saying, like, oh, you wearing that dress, girl, or man, you showing off the curves, or something slick. You know what I'm saying? I know it's something slick because you know how Jay-Z slick and the Sagittarius is slick. You know what I'm saying? Then next thing you know, you end up with a foot upside your head. It just happens, so.
Hey, the world will never know. You know what I'm saying? I think they gotta, you know what I'm saying, cease and desist on that conversation. So
word to Big Bird. Sometimes, sometimes it's just better just to, hey, Sagittarius, just keep your thoughts inside your head.
My old girl said it had nothing to do with the dress.
Stop being so friendly. Stop being so friendly. You know what I mean? Stop being so friendly. Yeah, I know it's part of our nature, but stop being so friendly. Cheryl said, yes, for the sister to jump in, it was not about a dress.
That's all I'm saying, man. You know what I'm saying? I know black women pretty well. I'd like to think. I mean, and it's gonna take something a little deeper than that. And for you Sagittariuses out there, y'all know y'all got a slick mouth, not only with flirting, but with talking shit as well. So you know what I'm saying,
that part too.
Let's go to that end of the spectrum. Y'all talk a hell of a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
My mom's a Sagittarius. I was raised by one, so imagine the shit that she talks.
I know it. Make you want to kick her in the elevator sometimes, huh?
Not that one.
Oh, okay. I'm just checking. I want to see what
not that Sagittarius. My mom had like psychic vision, where she could read your facial expression. She read your face like.
I was just checking to see if you got outside of your britches.
Yeah, that's what you're thinking. You thinking it right? Yeah, I didn't say nothing, but you thought it though. You thought it right. Don't lie.
I was just checking the temperature, man. You got super grown, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, well then, she's like, okay, well then, bust the move.
That's what I know.
She's gonna slap you for thinking it.
Yeah, she gotta go bust the move. Then you that bold, bust the move.
So you think about it, that's good enough for me.
Yeah, bust the move. Bust the move. You slick, bust the move.
I tried to line third
4x4 in the garage.
I tried to line him up so I could send a clip to his mama. Like, yeah, see, he said he would kick you in the elevator sometimes. I'm just saying.
Nope.
You know what I mean?
Oh, that's wrong.
Mom still got arms like guns. I ain't messing with no problem.
Man.
The next family get together. She's like, look what your friend sent me.
No,
yeah, that part. You know what I'm saying?
So we got it on audio. I did not say not a thing.
Mama. No.
Gotta check that temperature every once in a while, man. See if you got too big for your britches, man.
Nope. You know OG Sagittarius, OG San Bernardino. Nope. I'm good. So, all right, y'all. So the moment I know we went off course a little bit, just had to give you guys a little something before we get right into it. But Quez, you know what I'm saying, go ahead. I got something, I got things.
You got a third word of the day, man.
Third word of the day is petty.
Oh man.
You want to know what the definition of petty? How we spell it? We go 50CENT. You know what I'm saying? That's how you spell petty. Because I'm still trying to, for the life of me, think like, man, how did this dude? How did he? Like, what? You take that much time, the time and preparation to sit on something, you know what I mean, and just to wait, you know what I'm saying, and just and fine tune it, you know what I'm saying, and then you put it out in such an extravagant way, you know what I'm saying, like
such an extravagant way.
Exhibit A.
My favorite hero. And I have a lot of guys that I look up to their accomplishments at point, but I wouldn't call them my heroes.
Right. You don't wear another man's jersey on your back.
Yeah.
Respect. Your favorite villain?
My favorite villain? I kind of like Diddy.
I kind of like Diddy is a hell of a sentence based off that documentary. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you want to say that in public.
I don't think he's petty at all, to be honest with you.
What?
Yeah, and I'll tell you why. I think 50 is one of the smartest businessmen out there.
No, that's very true.
An opportunity came up, and he's been sitting on some stuff, and he was like, "Oh, I don't even like this motherfucker. I'm also going to
let's put a toothpick in it, okay, Rob? Let's break this down. Let's give you a little backstory, and let's see if you still agree, okay? Diabolical Diddy. Well, there you are, scenario. Hey, pretty. You got Mr. Busted Baby right here, yeah. So no, let's break this down. So 50 claims that things were sour with Diddy when Diddy made the comment like, "Oh yeah, you popping now, you popping. It's time for me. Let's go shopping." He said it was kind of fruity. He didn't like him. You know what I'm saying? But let's keep it a buck. Quez is gonna probably back me up on this one. A lot of problems that escalate between men, especially within hip hop, where ego runs rampant. Throughout the world, a lot of it is really bribed off of ego. And so a lot of wars are started primarily behind money and women. You see where I'm going with it? So at some point in time, like Diddy is messing around with 50 Cent's baby moms, like the second one, the Filipino one. And and so she was actually Jane Doe. So as 50 really gives zero funks. He was clowning her the whole time she was on the stand, calling her little sex worker and all this other stuff. Like the dude he's diabolical. But on top of that, though, Eminem does not really care for Diddy because during that whole thing with MGK, Diddy, which is a Diddy artist, whatever, Diddy, I guess, whatever is happening behind the scenes, Eminem isn't really feeling him at all. So Eminem has been dissing Diddy. Matter of fact, Eminem dissed him on The Death of Slim Shady, which is a great album, by the way. And he took some shots at him. And so 50 was like, okay, cool. You don't like him? They ride together. So for whatever reason, these two aren't really funking with him like that, and they put him on blast in the highest degree. So I don't know. Cheryl says, no, not petty, just a business move to ride away with publicity. It's more than that. Trust me when I tell you, it's that, but it's more than that. 50 has money on top of money. He just last night, me and Jess watched the Diddy documentary. Then we turned to watch Force, the Power book Force, whatever it's called. Which is another 50 Cent show. We went from Netflix to Stars. So I say that all to say, he doesn't necessarily need the publicity. He's riding the wave of it. On top of the fact that, he's diabolical with it because if you watch the doc in part 2, they go into the whole Tupac stuff, which we're going to talk about tonight. So with that being said, Keefe D's trial was supposed to start in February, but for some reason it got moved to August of 2026, due to some evidence, whatever, that his lawyers have to sort through or whatever, which is really stupid. But the timing of it is, hey, they focused heavy, they dedicated a whole episode to this Tupac stuff, right before Keefe D's trial. It's calculating.
I think this was very, very personal. This wasn't a business move. This wasn't, let me jump on a wave and 50 isn't really the jump on the wave type to me. I don't know the man personally. I'm just saying from past movements, like, there's plenty of things he probably could have jumped on waves about. But I think this was hella personal. You know what I'm saying? Like this was hella petty and hella personal. Me personally.
I don't think he stops making money, bro. And this was a good enough way to not stop making money on either. I don't think he likes him, but I don't think he's petty either. Like dude, 50 is a troll. he will make money and still clown you.
What do you think trolls do? Trolls are petty. You're
Right.
talking to
That's what I'm about to say. Like, come on, man.
Sagittarius. You're talking to a Sagittarius. Sagittarius are petty. Geminis are petty. You seen what Kendrick does, right? Kendrick just sat up there and performed a diss song at the Super Bowl. No, not just the Super Bowl, but then he had the Grammys doing the whole thing. He had Taylor Swift over here saying "Not Like Us." Petty, diabolical, calculating, and petty.
I don't think it's petty though. It's kind of like it's a thin line, right, between being cocky and confident.
That's not the same thing.
I don't think he's being petty about it. I think he's having a good time, and he doesn't care, and he's having fun, dude. So
that is the pure definition of being petty: having a good time and not caring. You know what I'm saying? How other people feel. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, to me, my definition of petty is to do something.
Describe things that are trivial, minor, or unimportant, often with a negative connotation of being narrow-minded, spiteful, or concerned with small details. But it can also mean of lesser rank, like petty officer or minor crime. It is used for arguments over small things, insignificant rules, selfish behavior focused on trifles, contrasting with grand or important matters.
Which is none of those. This is none of those.
Trivial.
Because this is not a minor issue, bro. He knew this was going to be big. He knew this was going to be big. He was like, oh, hell yeah.
No, trust me, like I tell you, it's more than that. He is not riding no wave. He's not a trend rider. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely personal because, again, you talk about a man who actually once upon a time ghost wrote for Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He wrote, Get Money? Take this money. This money. I think he wrote some of Diddy's verse, whatever. So they went from having a cordial relationship to some type of falling out. And 50's going to say it was over that comment that he made. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know about that. You know, matter of fact, here it goes. Here goes a news clip.
We're losing.
Netflix releasing never-before-seen video of Sean Diddy Combs filmed just days before his arrest on charges of sex trafficking and racketeering in 2024. The footage is part of a 4-part docuseries, Sean Combs: The Reckoning, premiering Tuesday.
How did you get that footage of Diddy?
I figured most journalists would not disclose their sources.
Does he know y'all have this in the doc?
I would doubt he knows.
So when this airs, that'll be the first time that his legal team, Diddy, that everybody knows that this footage is now seeing the light of day. Perhaps.
Combs' team firing back in a statement to NBC News, saying the Netflix so-called documentary is a shameful hit piece and that they relied on stolen footage that was never authorized for release. His team sending a cease and desist to Netflix.
You didn't see Petty in there?
I see him having fun.
You didn't see no Petty.
He was having fun.
Oh,
we're just gonna agree to disagree on this. Like,
you ain't see no Petty in that.
No, I did not. He said it with a smile. It was a great answer too. It was a great answer.
He's petty. I'm not saying petty in a bad way. I speak petty. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving him his props. You know what I'm saying? As Mr. Petty, you know what I'm saying? Like I've been called Petty Murphy before. I real recognize real. You know what I'm saying? And I applaud it because it's like that's some diabolical. Who would ever think to do a docu-series? You know what I'm saying? Like who? Like, yes.
When you know you can make millions on it. That's when you go, yeah, I think I could do that. Especially as many shows and movies he's directed and the fact he has a connection to put down.
I think it's deeper than that because he had to go gather all this information. For him to have, like, if you've seen it, for him to have this man inside his hotel room talking to his lawyers before he gets arrested type energy. You know what I'm saying? That's somebody internal. You got to talk to these people.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You have to have conversations with these. This wasn't off the top of the dome, I think Diddy's a monster, so let me make a docuseries on my thoughts and what I think. No, he went a little deeper than that. He went a whole lot deeper than that. He's got victims. He's got, you know what I'm saying, people right beside him, childhood friends. Like this is diabolical.
Yeah, no, like stuff that never would have made it in a courtroom.
Diabolical.
He got all that information, put it all together, add his touch on it, and put it out. I don't think it's diabolical. I just don't think he.
I don't think you understand what diabolical is. I agree.
I do.
That is diabolical.
I do. I trust me. I totally get where you guys are coming from, my Hebrew fam. But I'm saying from him is honestly, I believe he can really just give let's
say this, Matthew,
and
let's say this. You do a crime, right? Let's say you robbed a liquor store,
right?
And nobody saw you. You know what I'm saying? They got a snippet of you leaving the store or something, and the police catch you. You go through a trial. You get found guilty of part of it, like receiving stolen goods, not necessarily robbing the store, but you still got to go to jail. Okay, you got to do a year. Okay, now your first month in, me and Third come out with the surveillance tape from inside the store, the text messages, and the phone calls of you telling us that you finna go rob the store. And you know what I'm saying? The store owner, like, yeah, he came in here and he like, that's diabolical, bro. You already in jail. What was the purpose?
So let me just tell you something, okay? One, if I was an icon like Diddy, worth that much, and I did something like that, and Third did not like me, called me a fruit pop, and did not like me for several reasons, I would expect him to do something like that. So,
you know, it's funny as you mentioned that, because you see me at some of my pettiest moments, you know. So right. So we go backstory, y'all. There is a guy who is his best friend, you know what I'm saying, like who I got introduced to.
That was stop.
You know what I'm saying?
We don't stop with the fake news right there. Hold on.
Rob thought this dude was the hottest rapper out. You know
that was his IE brother, dog. That was his IE brother.
So let's just say this dude was over here kind of swagger jacking a little bit. And what I like to do is I like to bait people. So I gave him a breadcrumb. I made it a little mention. You know, he didn't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Then a few years later, 2 years later to be exact, then he comes out with a diss song trying to diss me. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I drive from the IE down to San Diego, recorded this song that nobody knew, waited until we were on the same bill of a show in Riverside. Matter of fact, with Jessica's very own brother, Sly Boogie. Nobody heard this track. I kept it close to chest. I played it for Doc Lickumlow. If he's on here, I put it in his ride. But I took that said diss track, performed it right there in front of him and his whole crew and said, what? You know what I'm saying? Petty. I get it. You know what I'm saying? 50 did the same exact thing. He elevated it. I would have never thought to do a docuseries. It's just
no.
That's a lot of work.
You gotta understand. Yeah, he did docuseries, but you gotta understand this is a guy who put out his own series as well, man. A very successful one. Right. So he's already in that category.
He's already did a series about Mary Poppins. He could have did a series about something else.
Because that wouldn't have made money though. This was the hottest story. This was the hottest story.
You're missing the point. So again, Diddy was mixing. So Diddy did a petty move to 50 by sleeping with his baby moms. So I'm not just sleeping with her, whipping her ass, apparently, having sex parties and all these orgies and other stuff with his baby moms. Mind you, 50 shares a son with this woman. You know what I'm saying? So one of the things that you're kind of missing about Diddy is that he's very calculating and conniving. This is the one common thread that has been showcased through all of this, is that he presents himself to be one way, but he's doing some backhanded underlining stuff if he doesn't like you or whatever. Mind you, look, Exhibit A. You know what I'm saying? Exhibit A. I will show you. Hold up. Wait right here. So, mind you, So the East Coast, West Coast war, what do you think that was about? You think that was about, hey, well, my coast is the best coast or whatever?
I think they made it into that.
No. So what happened was, you know what I'm saying? Here goes Exhibit A. This is Suge Knight with Diddy's son. This right here is Justin Combs. This is Misa, P. Diddy's mom, our baby mom. You know what I'm saying? Suge Knight was messing with Misa Hilton. And look, there goes Diddy's son. So with that being said, you think, again, we just talked about money and women, ego, pride. You know, you think he was going to let this one ride?
All right, so I don't honestly.
Come on, man.
Hey, I'm trying to explain it right now. I believe they both parties rode the publicity train on it, making it East Coast, West Coast beef. Everyone was cool to a certain extent behind the scenes. It wasn't like, oh my God, no one was like, I was gonna gun you on the spot. But I need to get to the part of Diddy because I got to the part where he was like hella jealous of Tupac's and Biggie's relationship. So
it goes deeper. So yeah. thanks to Kirk Burrows, we didn't know that, you know, and this is a good segue into the whole Tupac stuff. What we did not know was that, yes, Diddy was insanely jealous of Tupac. So what nobody knew, Diddy actually allegedly, still, because we don't know for sure, but it's been said that Diddy auditioned for the role of Bishop, you know, for Juice. You know what I'm saying? Missed out on that when and Tupac took it. Next, you know, Tupac's blowing up. Tupac is originally from Harlem. He moved to Baltimore, goes to Oakland, you know what I'm saying, or the Bay Area, gets with digital. He blows up. So not only he has a hot record, but he has a hot movie. Then he does a movie with Janet Jackson. Then it wasn't necessarily Diddy that was up here putting and promoting Biggie. It was Tupac. Tupac had Biggie performing in his shows, stopping his shows, saying Thug Life, all this other stuff, whoop-de-whoop, whoop-de-whoop. So yes, you know what I'm saying? On top of that, Diddy was trying to get Tupac to join the fold. Tupac did not want to join that fold. You know what I'm saying? Tupac looked at Diddy like he was weird or something. Tupac was in California enough to get the keen sense of knowing when a weirdo is a weirdo. Mm-hmm. You know, you know, he became full Cali with that because he knew he was a weirdo and he wanted nothing to do with that. So the even sickening part about that one, right? If Tupac got a Versace shirt, Diddy was getting a Versace shirt. One of the things, even with women, so you know, one of Diddy's baby moms, her name is Sarah Chapman. There's a picture of her with Tupac. Tupac going up the dub, you know, with that woman who later turned out to be Diddy's baby moms. One of Diddy's baby moms. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So the thinking behind this is kind of crazy. But on top of that, the backstory behind Diddy and Suge, Suge and Diddy were cool. You know what I'm saying? When Diddy was making Biggie's album and he needed to sample Dr. Dre and Snoop, Suge said, cool, use it. So when Diddy would come out to the West Coast, he was good, vice versa, whatever. It was until when Suge asked for Biggie to come perform at Club 662. And Diddy was like, oh no, well, I'll have to charge you. He tried to charge him like $15,000. And Suge's like, what? I just let you use the music. Whatever, you know what I'm saying? That was part of the sour thing of it. You know what I'm saying? So then, you know, he goes to New York. King Petty makes you don't want your executive producer trying to be all in the videos, dancing, come to death row. That happens. So then we go to Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Suge is out there with his best friend, Jake Robles. Next thing you know, Suge's friend ends up unalive, supposedly, allegedly, at the hands of one of Diddy's boys. You get where I'm getting? But it was around this time, though, Tupac, you had his beef with people in New York because they were jealous of him. He gets shot in Quad Studios. Then he goes to jail for, you know, felonious crime. And then, you know, he aligns himself with Suge. So then now, boom, it becomes one of these things. So it's a little bit deeper than just, hey, publicity and record sales. It just so happened to be that. They turned it up to a certain extent during that. But it was definitely some street stuff that was happening deeper than that. to where Diddy now, when he comes to the West Coast, he's using allegedly, Crips for protection because Suge is affiliated with. You get the picture?
Bompton. Yeah.
Right. Then, well, you got this right here. You know what I'm saying? On top of that, no, yes, he had to go.
Yeah.
I mean, man, it's a lot going on.
I don't see Suge getting shot up.
Because again, so Suge did get grazed, you know what I'm saying? But Pac caught them running the bullet. My theory, again, you know what I'm saying? I believe that was meant for Suge. Because at one point Puffy was definitely scared. But it wasn't until Pac put his hands on the Crip member, whatever, and that's what kind of, escalated whatever was going to happen. You know what I'm saying? It perpetuated that. So it's like, hey, well, he's out here. We just got our tail kicked, but let's handle this. Whatever. And I think that's what happened. I don't think it was like, here goes $100 million, go get him. I just think like, hey, Pac put his hands on the wrong dude, and then even more motive. You know what I'm saying? And it happened that way.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, man, like wise men in the streets know that you can't just put your hands on everybody.
True.
Yeah. I mean, especially in public forums. Like, not everybody gonna take that well. You know what I mean? And I don't know how kids and the youngsters do it these days where people gonna record you getting beat up and getting your ass whooped. Like, you know what I mean? That's a common thing now. So, lots of people have died for less. I will say that.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
I understand your theory, Third, in terms of, it could just be a serious. Yeah, I don't really think Diddy per se paid those individuals $100 million or whatever it is they was talking about. Like what's his name? Jeff Pearlman, when he was on the show, like he said, I don't know too many people in the streets who take IOUs and take contracts on consignment. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that happens in John Wick or something. But in the streets, it don't go like that.
It was one of these kind of like, let's knock out two birds with one stone. You know what I'm saying? Like Diddy is scared of Suge. You know what I'm saying? Pac is over here humiliating folks. Mind you, Pac goes on record saying that's why your wife, you whatever, and demolishing, you know what I'm saying, making Diddy look dumber than what he already is. You know what I'm saying? And then so on top of that, you know what I'm saying, then Pac puts his hands on somebody who is affiliated with him. So it's one of these things, it's like, I hate to say it because I got mad love for Pac. It was like a gift wrap. Like, now we got even more motive. Already you don't like him. Now we don't like him. Your enemy of my enemy, you know what I'm saying? Like, we become friends. And so it's one of those things, hey, while you taking care of it, you know what I'm saying, here you go. But the thing that saved Diddy was that the money didn't necessarily get to Keefy D. The middleman, whoever had that money, allegedly took it and opened up a club in New York. So I think he got some of it, but he didn't get all of it. So, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you know what I mean? It's just one of these things where, and on top of that, because he's so arrogant, in this documentary, 50 played the song where Diddy is basically talking about, hey, I'll put $1 million on your head, erase you, and all this other stuff. You know what I mean? Again, it's one of these things. So it's like, and if you know anything about the entertainment industry, you know about image. You know what I'm saying? You know about damage control. You know about, hey, making sure that, you're perpetuating a certain image to the media so they can gobble it up and all this other stuff. This is what's making Diddy kind of crumble, with making his world crumble from the ground beneath him, from the ground beneath his feet, because essentially they're exposing them like, hey, this is a man-made image, but this is really who he is. Mind you, going back to Cassie, you know what I'm saying? He went on the news. Oh, I would never, no, with this, these are lies, and none of this is that. No. The next thing you know, a videotape comes out, and we see him, WWFing her, saying like kicking her and beating her tail in the damn hallway. I'm still disgusted because he's a punk by that. Saying like, so it just goes.
But he was doing that to his other baby mama in the middle of in front of the Uptown Records. So that's not a surprise to a lot of the people. But what we're saying about Diddy is like, okay, well, this is the image he puts out, and this is who he really is. There's a lot of people who are like that.
Yeah, but
okay,
not a lot of people are on trial right now. Not a lot of people.
Like, he got found guilty of what though? I mean, the dude's a freak. Yeah, they exposed that, but what was he found guilty of?
So what he should have got found guilty of was domestic violence. He just didn't. So what they could get him on, though, what they got him on was,
transporting a prostitute. Yeah, transporting a prostitute. Like,
hold on one sec, y'all.
That's 90% of America.
Don't put me in there. I must be
not you, brother. Not you.
Hold it down real quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I ain't been
there's a lot of politicians, a lot. I mean, just Nevada.
Well, no, I hear you. I think, like I said in the beginning, I think that situation with Diddy was deeper than, you know what I'm saying, all these allegations. They really was just trying to clear him of that money. That's what that's why they gave him 2 RICOs. You know what I'm saying? There's not too many people who get a RICO case and they're the only person on it. You know what I'm saying? That don't typically happen.
To me,
they were trying to get money.
It's kind of like anyone who watches any like true crime or murder mystery, it's like you pretty much stick with the evidence, like what's in front of you, and you just go from right there. This dude, once again, as much as we all love Pac, right? Chris Rock said best. You're shot in the middle, like of the strip, in front of Circus. Okay. I don't give a fuck who you are. 99.9% of the people are going to snitch if there was any kind of involvement right there. They are. Matter of fact, I believe that's a statistic. You can actually look it up. I believe that's a statistic. So
we got first 48. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Exactly. And this is a little more of that because of Pac being such an icon. Do I think it was the perfect storm? Yeah, I do believe it was that. I do believe, you put your hands on the wrong people, you got some retaliation. And unfortunately, this beef was going on, this is going on, this is how that looked, and then the theories come in. And unfortunately, it still looks like it's just theories. So,
what's up, Jess?
Hey, Jess.
How you doing?
Yeah. And
okay, but how is it theory now when you have a guy who stupidly admits it? He goes on So mind you, the cop who he was talking to, even before the cop, he was going to people, telling people, this is what I did. Then, he gets interviewed by the cop who secretly records him. Then he goes, okay, he's making money. Oh, okay, so I'm gonna make money. So then he puts out a book. He writes a book detailing it. Then he goes on to Art Dialogue. Shout out to Art Dialogue, real cool dude. You know what I'm saying? Does an interview. Then he goes to Vlad. But then he goes to Cam Capone. Then he goes to other things, and he's pretty much telling the same damn story. Mind you, he's living in the same damn state he committed the crime with. So, and again, it's a little bit too detailed when you go back and watch the clip. Oh, yeah, we were rolling down, what was that, for Flamingo. It's way too detailed just to be coincidence. So how is it theory now when this dude is over here saying like, well, hey, and one of the things that got validated, he was a drug dealer. He was moving major weight out in Compton. So he even said that. He was over here bragging about that. It was one of these things where he thought he had a proper agreement. He wouldn't get in trouble. He opened up his mouth. Oh, he didn't read the fine print. and now he's sitting there and facing, for the rest of his life in jail because essentially he was a dumbass. And then shout out to the stupid ass who's out there trying to put money on his damn this, trying to help with his legal defense.
Well, we talked about this already. Like that dude. I guess a proper way to say it was not credible.
Yeah, we know he's an idiot. But you know what else struck me as weird watching, this docu-series? Diddy's relationship with Andre Harrell. Like, did anybody else find that kind of strange?
It was. I'm not even going to sit here and lie to you.
No.
I know they didn't talk about it a lot, but it looked hella strange, didn't it?
It seemed kind of weird. The energy was weird.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Like, just some of those video clips and some of those pictures and the comments about each other, it seemed very, very weird.
And he lived with them.
Just the match before he did.
To say somebody moved in my house before I did is crazy work.
It is.
I know. I've seen weirder though from several different stories, so I'm not shocked by that.
Yo,
I mean, he is a snake.
Hold on. Jess, what are your takeaways from the doc that you've seen so far?
Go ahead, 50, get your money.
Thank you, Jess. The voice of reason. Oh my gosh.
So what was everybody else saying?
She's not necessarily agreeing with you. Rob is saying that it's done because it was a publicity thing. He was just riding the wave of Diddy, this whole Diddy thing, whatever. And
I think 50's trying to get his get back. That's what I think.
Hear me out, Jess. I believe the same thing. He's having a good time. He doesn't like the guy in the first place, and he sees he can make millions on top of it. It's like a win-win.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Regardless if he messes with his baby's mom.
He's petty. That is petty. Again, so you had his baby moms on the stand detailing, what happened with Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Because she's a sack chaser. Let's just keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? She's over here just going to whoever, because again, she started off in the Floyd Mayweather camp. You know what I mean? So she's she's just being around folks for money, so she goes to 50. That stuff don't work. She get a baby bomb. Now she get, whatever, child support. Then she goes to Diddy, the next person who can actually sponsor her quote unquote lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? But then it turns out that she ran right into a freaking monster. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, again, like I told you, one of the things that men, and you should know, that is going to hurt our pride is our money and our women. And you got to be man enough to admit that. You know what I'm saying? If you seen somebody, another dude with your quote unquote, the woman that you quote unquote loved or had deep feelings for, or even if you had like the slightest of ego, a woman that you used to smash, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like if you know an insecure dude, then hey, it's going to happen.
I think, all right, so I don't know Curtis like that. But from my perception,
you don't know Curtis.
From my perception,
you don't know Curtis, but you know men.
I don't think you're petty. All right, so let's go back to your thing.
Very petty.
I don't even think you're a petty doing your thing on stage. I don't think that was pettiness. Like, so we have a different point of view of what that is.
You don't think me going on stage, going on stage performing a diss song where I talked about not only his baby moms, I talked about how he wasn't able to feed his kid. I talked about some of the stuff that he was doing and performed it right there in front of him. Like, what?
Why would
you call it pettiness? I call it karma.
Why would you talk about the man not being able to feed his children, man? What is that?
That's it.
First name Johnny.
He asked for it.
Blaze must be. He's named after Flames. I thought I told you I don't play no games, but this time around, I'm calling out names.
Monkey see, monkey do.
Child abuse. Well-known pedophile, crypto user, big time loser. looser than vagina. I mean,
so you was the first person to call another rapper a pedophile.
And honestly, I don't think.
Kinda.
And me
Is
personally,
that what you saying here?
Kinda,
That's what
yes.
I heard.
I believe so. Yeah.
My whole point was 50 probably mad to a certain extent? Yeah, but I don't think he dwelled on it because I believe he's the kind of guy that separates the money from the,
No, I hear you there. I just now I'm curious.
He likes the last laugh though, and I think he's having it. He's having a good time with it.
I need you to give me an example of what petty is to you. That's what I need, so that I can have a barometer of what you gauge as petty, and compared to what I think is petty. I just want give me a it don't got to be a real scenario, but just something that you feel is petty. What would constitute petty in your realm? Because you say a whole lot of shit that ain't petty. That's hella petty.
Exactly, and I get what you're saying. Like it's all perception, man. Like to me, I think pettiness is like what the definition of what Third read was like. Oh, okay, something that doesn't even like you're bitching about something an issue that doesn't even matter. Like this guy is irrelevant, and you're just like blah blah blah. Knock on every little thing he does, and you're just like from any type of shoelace he has on to blah 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 blah. Just basic bullshit. He, from what I've seen, is like, yo, the dude's a fruit pop. He trying to take me shopping. I mean, what dude takes another guy shopping? Which I agree. He's
not going to come out and say, oh, yeah, because he was smashing somebody. He's not going to say that. I promise you that. The whole big old beef between Jay-Z and Nas, what do you think it was because, I want to be the king of New York? No, it was because Jay-Z was digging into his baby moms. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what
they have way personal history, but it goes back years.
So that's what I'm saying though. It's the same dynamic. They were once cool. Nas let Jay-Z sample his voice. The next thing you know, certain things and ego starts going in. Next thing you know, Jay-Z's talking about leaving condoms on the baby seat, the baby car seat. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it goes back to ego.
Yeah, that's a different situation.
Wait. No, it's essentially the same thing. The thing that helped Nas win that battle was because he never lost his composure. You never seen him get emotional. So when Jay-Z dropped Takeover, saying all that stuff about Nas turned right back around and dropped Ether. You know what I'm saying? And then right after Ether, Jay-Z got so emotional behind it because sometimes that's what we Sagittariuses are. We're very emotional, like, oh, I can't let him get the best of me. No, hell no. So he runs to the studio and he drops Super Ugly. That's how Jay-Z lost, was because he rapped off of emotion. 50's not showing no emotion. That's why you could say whatever you want about his baby moms, whatever. He gives no funks. He has no care. It's whatever. And that's why he dishes it so hard, because he does not care. This is why he's doing a docuseries.
What's his sign?
No, it's a different situation. Like, all right, so petty. You gotta understand. Remember when 50 came out, like calling when he was calling Diddy a fruit pop, right? That right there is not a diss track. That is something that started coming out even more and more and more afterwards about that dude being a freak. Okay. It was just little jabs here and there, like whether what he was doing with 50's baby mom. He was like, go ahead, that bitch ain't shit. I don't give a fuck. He didn't show one sign of pettiness about it. Matter of fact, he clowned her over it. Like, you dumbass, he had the last laugh. And that's my whole point. He's doing that right now and making him
think about it like this, Rob. Think about it like this, man. And again, you're speaking to a petty individual who will let stuff. Oh no! Oh, funk that! Oh no! But you gotta keep your cool about it. So Diddy is sitting in jail right now. Now, mind you, while all this stuff was going on, 50 had already put it out that he was going to be releasing the doc. You know what I'm saying? When all this stuff was going on, people thought he was lying. People thought he was trolling. Diddy right now is sitting in jail for 50 months. You know what I'm saying? So what is the whole point of, riding a wave or whatever? Nobody's talking about Diddy. Nobody cares.
What are you talking about? That's all they did talk about. That's all they talked about all summer.
In October. We're here right now in December. We're here in December. December 2nd is when it was released because Keefe D was going to go to trial in February. What was it? February 16th, 6, 26? I think it was February 26th. Yeah, he was going to trial. And then again, so he could have talked about all this stuff about the freak offs or whatever, and he did do good by showing the accolades of Sean Diddy Combs. But then again, go first episode leads right into the main caveat. I knew what he was doing of what he's trying to say. It goes into Tupac and it goes into Big. So, because my next thing I'm getting ready to my next point is that people hold him responsible for Biggie. Now, did he set Biggie up? I don't believe so. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe that theory. Is he responsible for Biggie's death? Yes. You know, because again, you know stuff was thick. You know what I'm saying? And I think they came out here way too soon. They were gloating. Biggie didn't want to be out here. You know what I'm saying? Biggie and Biggie's no angel. You know, he's doing subliminals, taking shots here and there, coming out to West Coast, going on the radio stations, performing Long Kiss Goodnight, which was a Tupac diss. You know what I'm saying? Doing little slick stuff like that. But they got a little arrogant. And that was all due to Diddy. Why did you need to go finish the Life After Death album in LA on enemy territory? He got comfortable. You know, Suge's in jail, Pac's dead. Ooh, oh, I can go have the key to the city. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing that these West Coast dudes is crazy. Because again, at the end of the day, you took a shot at Suge. You missed Suge. You got Pac, but you didn't miss Suge. You didn't think that Suge had homeboys?
All right. I went from talking about 50 Cent on why he was doing this and why did it get released and the time frame of that to Tupac getting shot again. So
you know that's third in Jeff's wheelhouse, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those are Tupac's advocates outside of his estate. You know what I'm saying? Those are the freelance advocates. But I did want to say, outside of it being petty, outside of my amusement from it, it's actually a very well constructed docuseries. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just all slander. You know what I mean? It showed the uprising of Sean Combs. You know what I'm saying? It went into family dynamics. You know what I'm saying? Style, culture, how he created his movements, all of that good stuff, man. That like, if it wasn't for Diddy being in jail, it would be a amazing documentary for Diddy if he was free, outside of some of those women in there. That was, I haven't finished it yet. I'm only on the third one. So
me too, bro. Me too. And
I didn't finish it all. You know what I'm saying? But from the first few series I watched, if it wasn't for some of the people that he interviewed in there that brought their real life scenarios, all the other information would be a great documentary for Diddy. You know what I'm saying? It's very well shot. That's what I'm trying to say. It's very well put together.
You're right. You're right. I still got to finish it. I'm on the same page as you, bro. But third, let me ask you this, man. And we talked about this, like, when Jeff Pearlman was on. Let's talk about Tupac's mom, right? Very smart lady, right? You agree?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. No, I am going to get to my point, but hear me out. Like, what?
He says you gotta
no, absolutely. So, I believe she's when her son got shot in Vegas, and to the point where he passed away, she was all over that, trying to figure out all the information as well, right? All the investigations going on, crooked cops. No. Who set up who? You don't think she was trying to figure that out also? Who took her kid away?
She knew.
Oh, she knew?
They kind of already knew. You know what I'm saying? So from what's being put out, it's like what Keefe D is saying, it's not nothing new to them.
Oh. So you think Tupac's mom is going to be like, okay, well, let me just go on stage with Diddy and Biggie's mom at the same time, and let's do a keep a peace, type of thing at the award ceremony, knowing that this guy played a part in getting my son taken away?
She never jumped on no thing with Diddy.
Yeah, she did. She was on stage with him.
When?
I believe it was the Grammys or MTV Video Music
Awards.
Awards.
The MTV Music Awards, and it was Will Smith that did that. It wasn't Diddy.
You sure?
I'm positive. Who you talking to?
Wait, I think. All right, hold on. Let me Google this right here.
Who you talking to? It was Will Smith.
No, it probably was, but let me double check this real quick. I think it was at one point.
Will Smith, who is the husband of Jada Pinkett, who Jada Pinkett is the best friend of Tupac, or one of Tupac's best friends. So one of the things is that it wasn't really brought out that Diddy played a part, but one of the things that was for certain was that Biggie didn't have no part in Tupac's murder.
Oh yeah, actually she was. And it was after his performance of when he did that dedication to Biggie song.
When?
Right here at the VMAs. Actually, pulling up the video right here. Right after his performance.
Right after his, so she was on stage with Diddy.
Mm-hmm.
So
$11, right?
Mm-hmm. With Faith Evans, Sting, all of them. This was at the.
So was this before or after? Because I know for a fact that Will Smith
1997 VMAs.
So did he performed?
Yeah.
Because I know it was Will Smith that brought him out.
Yeah, it was right after the performance, bud. Well, Will could have probably pulled it out. I gotta pull it
Will
back.
Smith brought him out. Go look it up. You got the mother of Biggie Smalls, the mother of Tupac.
Yeah. Well,
but again, so we're talking about. So even if this is true, we're talking about 1997. So with this being said, fast forward with all the information that's been coming out now, especially when you have Tupac's cousin in the damn documentary. Mind you, this is Afeni Shakur's nephew. So I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like, again, he said he had no involvement. But one of the things I wanted to touch on, because Jess was bringing up a valid point. But again, look it up. It was Will Smith that brought out Valletta Wallace and Afeni Shakur. Brought them on stage. They hugged together. It was Will Smith.
Yeah.
But so it wasn't Diddy, but it was Will Smith. But Jess, you brought up so one of the things that you were noticing, the pattern within Diddy, was that you seen like how his dynamic was with his mother. Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, so what I noticed was she pretty much spoiled him, seemed like, and got him everything he wanted. And I noticed that I don't know. I think one of the dudes that he hung out with mentioned it, like he had no upbringing of knowing what was wrong versus what was right.
Yeah, you're right, Jess. It was that part. I believe it was the first episode.
Yeah, that was the first one. Yeah.
Yeah, like he was like he had no father figure, but then again, he also did say his ass whoopings didn't look like shit compared to the ones he got from his parents, because he had both parents. Like I guess he was insinuating that she beat the shit out of him, dude, a lot.
Yeah,
trying to make him a man.
insinuation.
Yeah.
And there was also a part where I believe he ended up smacking her in the face or whatever and calling her
Yeah.
a B.
Yeah.
Something I could never think of doing. But
yeah.
Right?
That's why.
Hell no.
That never came
So
across.
pretty much she looked at, I feel like he looked at women as, oh, you gotta give me what I want because my mama did.
Yeah, because she had all those.
That's how I viewed it.
From what they were saying, Quest, it was like, correct me if I'm wrong, bro, but he said that she had a lot of house parties and a lot of pimps and a lot of pushers and some celebrities would come through all the time. And that's what he got, like, sorry, Jess, but I mean, that's what he got when he was saying, you know, he had that bitches ain't shit mentality, whatever, treat him the way he was. And if you're willing to smack your own mama, like,
yeah. Well, just to dive a little bit deeper, I think just from my basic observation of kind of the dynamic, not only in the docuseries, but you know, through a lot of the public interactions that we've seen of them. I think his mom was kind of grooming him to be more of her boyfriend type scenario, which I think a lot of single mothers do. And like from the way that she dressed him early on, from the type of lifestyle she put him into, working 2 or 3 jobs to put this young man in a mink coat, which I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying in the context, well, I mean, you know, me neither. But, you know, in the context of raising a young man, she pretty much was dating her son while raising him is how I looked at it. And now that they're both older, you can see the dynamic of how he kind of fathers her around. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like if you ever watch them interact, from taking liquid IVs at his house, or you know, they did a good job of showing one of those talk shows that he was on, and you know, she was like, "Oh yeah, I was working at the after hours spot too. He just found out and you could like see his face, like there was some vitriol in his face, like, you know what I mean? Like that type of dynamic. That's not a normal thing. It wasn't normal at all. It was very weird.
On that part, bro, I was already thinking, did he slap her backstage after that?
Like type shit,
yeah.
Like he choked her out backstage. Like, how dare you embarrass me in front of the national world or national TV type shit? Because his face sold it.
And honestly, not to stir the pot or anything. Like even if Will Smith did bring them both out,
right, Brandy?
Okay, even if Will Smith did bring both parents out, if I'm the dad or mother of, you know, of Tupac, and I'm like, yo, hold on, this dude who possibly has something to do with my son's death is going to perform and look all good, I ain't having no part of that. If that's the case.
So, the question is, was the information about Diddy's involvement available back then?
Exactly.
Again,
it's all speculation.
So again, when I'm basing off of what, you know, I got her book, I've watched plenty of interviews, you know, and I've heard her say it, you know, saying she kind of already knew the whole scenario with Orlando Anderson. Matter of fact, she filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Orlando Anderson. You know what I'm saying? Because even if that's the case, she couldn't necessarily prove anything as far as Diddy's involvement. It's all speculation at this point. So it wasn't until, you know, 2013. So the question or your homework assignment should be, look up, see if there's any interviews after 2013, because she died in 2016, to see if, hey, how she felt about this new information that Keefe D, you know, gave out on his own. But, you know, so I did see that clip, but, you know, Diddy was in the audience with J-Lo or something, but yeah, it was Will Smith that brought him out though. Let's see. And then Jay-Z did it again. Brandy says his mother had a weird relationship with him, almost like he was her surrogate man. He treated her the way she wanted him to. Her manner of dress says a lot as well. She dresses like an old 70s prostitute. It's funny as you say that, because that's how she was dressing even back then, because she said she would work at what these not after hour spots, dress like that to get tips, all this other stuff. And then also too, you know, it's weird. The weird dynamic is him kissing her on the mouth, like the way that they kiss. You know what I'm saying? Like that's I don't kiss my mom.
Hella weird.
I don't know about that. I mean, I'm not going to feed too much of the kissing the parents on the mouth thing, because I've seen guys do it to their dads. I've seen my daughter still kisses me on my lips when she goes, or on the cheek. It doesn't matter. I'm not too much into that.
A lot of folks I know of the darker hue. I have not seen them do so.
Yeah, it's kind of it's just kind of a faux pas in our community. Like we don't really do that. You know what I'm saying? Once your kids reach a certain age, it's like, all right, man. Well,
my youngest is 7, and he wipes my kisses from his cheek.
Right, man. I remember. Yes, ma'am. But yeah, being 70 and dressing like a 70s prostitute is crazy work. I will say that. What I'm saying.
I'm gonna watch the rest of it, and like I said, honestly, it does get your wheels turning. But theories are theories for a reason. So
no, but I think it did a good job of showing how he could become the monster that he became.
It really did, though. It really did.
It did a good job of that too. Not only being just a well-shot documentary, but also showing how his interactions and from him being picked on and all that excuse me, all that kind of stuff, being teased and everything and growing up and following the hustlers once he found out who his dad was and modeling himself after certain people from being in nightclubs and all that kind of weird stuff that he was doing as a youngster. But you could see how it could create that monster.
There's no doubt in my mind he's a weirdo. He's a fucking weirdo. He's
for sure,
100%. So there's no doubt about that.
Randy says another key point is he required his women at the freak-offs to wear white nail polish. Janice Combs also wore the white polish. She also has a madam type vibe. I think she handled his women.
Yeah. I was going to ask you about that there. What do you think about
very telling?
What do both of y'all think about on the episode 1 when O-Girl came out, was like, my mom wrote the letter to his parents and all of that? Like, what do y'all think about that one right there, where supposedly he made a sex video with her when she was drugged up, showed it at parties?
I mean, I believe that happened.
I believe it happened.
Do you?
I believe, Diddy's mom probably sent it back to her, because how you get the letter back?
I'm going to tell you right now, dude, I don't think it happened. And the reason why I don't think it happened, and I think it's possible, but highly unlikely. I don't think it happened. Her excuse was that, people didn't want to help her because they were worried they couldn't get into the parties. We all know there are so many ambulance chasing lawyers that would jump on any of that and just build a case right then and there.
I can't rock with you on that one, man.
Yeah, I can't rock with you on that either. Especially
we talking about early 90s, late 80s. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's already like working at one of the biggest record labels at his time, and they don't even care. They go where the money's at. They go where the money's at.
You got to realize that this is also a black woman. You know what I'm saying? In the 90s, we're talking about a video that most lawyers are gonna say we can't win if you in the video and you know what I'm saying, look like you enjoy it. We already lost. So I believe her in that. I hear where you're going with it, but the only thing that bothered me about that was how'd you get the letter back. That's the only thing I had wrong with that story.
That's true.
The rest of it, I could see happening.
That part too. I understand that. I believed her. Yeah, we've seen people lie through tears, all this other stuff, blah blah blah, whatever. But how she broke it down and how she actually told the story, it was really, really believable to where I felt it in my soul. Also, too, I mean, and again, and it's like my thing with you, Rob, is that you've seen some of the same stuff that I've seen. There are people who are handlers, they're ass kissers. You know what I'm saying? Number one, there's people who are sitting there, they're called yes men. So, if, for example, if Diddy has a booger in his nose, you think his yes men, yo, Diddy, you might want to get that. No, they're going to they're gonna wait. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna tell him the shit that he needs to hear. They're gonna tell him the shit that he wants to hear. So no, I'm not gonna see no lawyer that's gonna sit there. Oh, this is gonna be a good thing for me. Nah, not back then. Not with no hype. You know what I'm saying? Like not with the hype that came out with this whole Me Too movement and stuff over the last few years. You know what I'm saying? Now maybe, but back then, no. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Why do you think they came up with the Me Too thing?
Who is Brandy?
Right back then.
Well, hold up. Brandy says no lawyer would have taken that. The average lawyer is going up against a legal team of Diddy's caliber. It would have been a payday, but a waste of time. But see, to play advocate, Brandy, this you're talking about back then. Diddy didn't have the caliber of lawyer that he has now. So you're talking about back then. So she is trying to fight now, but when this alleged incident happened, it was actually in 1992. 92, 93.
Who is Brandy? Shout out to Brandy for you know what I'm saying, being in the comments, man, and running it up. You know what I mean? I want to give salute to you, sis. You're on top of it. You know what I mean? But no, I think she got a point. It may not have been of the caliber of what we think today, but he still was a man of influence.
There's a lot of cases that were worse than this. That race aside, I'm not saying they're all white people had these kind of cases that got taken on and lawsuits were filed and won and cases were won. Whether we're talking about getting minorities off of death row, whether it's even the one, look at the one that Jamie Foxx put out with Tommy Lee Jones. Look at what year that was, and he won that right there. There's lawyers that would have took this up. There's people that would have took. That's what I'm trying to say. Is at the end of the day, there is a firm that would have definitely jumped on this.
I'm pretty sure there may have been, but would they have been successful? Probably not.
Probably, and you're right. Okay, I'll give you that.
And but then she would have went through all this public scrutiny. Yeah. That's what it would have turned into. Now, all this public scrutiny of, are you sure this really happened? You sure you didn't enjoy it? You sure you didn't like it? You know what I'm saying? You was at the parties. You in pictures and all that kind of shit that women have to go through to prove that something happened to them.
But that's why I wasn't buying it either, though. Her reasoning for people who didn't want to take on the case is why I'm not buying.
If you're playing that,
I believe those. I believe people really told her that. Like, nah, hell no, I'm trying to get to the Diddy party, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, you're worried about getting into a club, bro. Like, really?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
If you're looking at the case right now, I mean, it's been proven that he's a deviant. You know what I'm saying? Like, what dude likes to have another man's, jizz on his chest or this or whatever like that? So is it far-fetched? No, it's not far-fetched.
No, it's not far-fetched. It's
all
at the end of the day, I believe the woman. You know what I'm saying? So
put that image in my head, bro.
He had tons of cases. Dude dodged liability for 9 people dying. That part too. You know what I'm saying? That part too.
He was on his own though. He wasn't on his own on that one.
So he dodged that. I'm quoting Tupac's cousin. You know, saying you look at the Stampede, dodge that. You look at Tupac, dodge that. You know what I'm saying? That hit that happened to Biggie. I don't believe it was for Biggie. I believe it was for him, but he dodged that. You know what I'm saying? The whole thing with Shine. You know what I'm saying? He dodged that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, this dude, he's feeling himself. To the fact of the matter, if you're looking at the psychological aspect of it, this dude is filming himself 6 days before he gets arrested. He, in his mind, is not taking this very seriously. He's thinking he's going to get off. He thinking he got the lawyer.
Yeah, he was documenting the victory. That's what he was doing. He was doing the documentary for the victory.
Even when he was on trial, this dude had a speaking engagement after his quote unquote hearing because he couldn't get off. You know what I'm saying? Like, his arrogance, his sense of reality is warped. And you know what I'm saying? And I think it goes
from his mama.
I agree, Jess. Big time.
I'm not even gonna say your mic drop.
It's sad.
Brandy says he wasn't on his own, but it was found he over promoted the event even up until the night knowing it was sold out.
Yeah. But it was still, I mean, I agree with you, but how it goes is it was an Uptown issue. It wasn't just like all on P. Diddy. So that's why it went down like that.
Man.
But if I ever go and get in trouble again, Method, I'm gonna need you to be my lawyer, because boy, you could piece some shit together out of nothing. I'm need you to defend me at like God's business. You know what I'm saying? Because boy,
I'll tell you what, my brother. Like, I'm not a lawyer, but I do own my own attorney services, and if I can't help you out, I'll have someone who will help you out.
That's what I'm saying, boy. Because you sound like the attorney that saw me shoot the nigga and still said my client didn't do it. I don't know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? But this is a fallacy. What you thought you saw, you didn't really see. You know what I'm saying? And you should be grateful that my client came to court today because he didn't have to be here. You're like, what?
It's true though. Like all of us
how
know,
did that make sense?
everybody on this Drop Your 3 Cents podcast, and who's all watching, we can all agree the system is so fucked up. You probably get away with that. So, I mean, what is far-fetched nowadays, dude? Like, that's what I was
man, you need to call my brother Method X, man. You know what I'm saying? If you think I'm guilty, call Method. He knows me. You know what I'm saying?
Word to Big Bird.
That's all I'm gonna say.
All right, with that being said, my final thoughts, man. Go watch the documentary. Shout out to my petty brother 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying? It's actually number one right now.
I bet.
He's mad petty.
Not petty.
I think Rob needs to go do another course, and it's number one on Netflix. Petty. King fucking petty.
Yeah. He's not petty. You're not petty, bro. I don't see it that way. I just have a different perspective.
Hey, so I don't duck accountability. I walk in my shit. I know I can be petty as funk when I want to be, and that's cool. That's just what I am. I really the pettiness in me does not give a funk. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to change, but funk it anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's accountability. You know yourself. Know thyself.
I'm gonna try to change, but fuck it, it's crazy.
All right, so yeah, definitely go check it out. It's on Netflix. You're late to the party, certified. Much love. We're about to get ready to wrap this one up. It's been a good one. Make sure you go to kingthird.com, get your merch. Thank you to all the supporters on Spotify. Thank you to the supporters on YouTube and on Facebook. We love you. Thank you. We will see you next week. 50 Cent is the Petty King.
Okay.
We'll catch you on the next one. From Petty to Petty. Petty Murphy to Petty Hilarious. He is Petty. We will catch you. And Diddy is definitely weird. See you on the next one.